Hello everyone, this is Dereck Wyatt, lawyer for the people, and today's topic is going to be search and seizure issues along the border. You know, all those Fourth Amendment things that you hear about. In addition to my Fourth Amendment commentary, I'm also providing you with a visual look at what the border looks like physically. You can see the fences through my videos, through my pictures, and I've also used computer rendering from Google Earth. I hope you enjoy it, and the folks of you who live in the rest of America, I want to give you an idea what it looks like down here. Not only is the border fence down here in El Paso very spectacular to look at, you've also got trained agents with radios, satellites, cell phones, guns, and the authority of the United States. And in addition to this big tall fence, they also have cameras and sensors. And they also have instant identification of suspects through their APHIS system. They also have unmanned aerial vehicles, drones that fly around for up to 48 hours. They also have automatic license plate recognition. They have fiber optic scopes that can peer into fuel tanks and back seats and air conditioning vents. They also have a Z backscatter van. That's a mobile X-ray cargo and vehicle screening system. They have surprise checkpoints, 20 and 30 miles from the border. They have optical infrared cameras and ground scanning radar. They have thermal imaging, night vision binoculars. They have radiation detectors. They have tethered aerostat radar systems. Those are like little blimps. They use neural networks and intelligence computer systems. So, if you think it's easy to sneak across the border, it's not. All right, here we go. Let's just jump right into some border law. Let's start at an international border crossing. An agent at a port of entry, that's an international border crossing, is allowed to question a person about their citizenship and what they're bringing into the country, and they can engage in a little small talk with them. Now, you do have the right to remain silent, as everybody does in America, even if you're not an American citizen. However, if you don't answer questions that establish your citizenship, that agent is going to deny you entry in the United States, or he's going to detain you, he's going to hold you, and he's going to ask you more questions and bring in some more professionals to ask you questions. It's important to realize that agents may search any person. They may search the inside of the vehicle and all the passengers and all the belongings there. Now listen very closely. Agents do not need a warrant, any suspicion of wrongdoing, or any consent to do any of those things. You are crossing an international border, and there's a security interest. We want to keep terrorists out. We want to keep drugs out of this country. We want to keep undocumented aliens out. Now, Border Patrol, a pretty decent organization, by and large, and it's their policy to conduct all searches in a manner that is safe, secure, humane, dignified, and professional. Now, if an agent wants to get into more intrusive search, he can send you to secondary. After the initial interview, he sends you to secondary, and they continue the search. And if they have any reason to believe you're doing something illegal, they're going to keep searching you. Now, conduct can't be as intrusive as a strip search, or anal cavity search or anything like that, unless they've got some reasonable suspicion of an immigration violation or a crime that has been committed. So realize that when you cross an international boundary, you're consenting to being asked questions, you're consenting to being searched. And if you don't like it, well, I guess you can turn around and you can go back to Canada or wherever else you came from. Now, there's another body of law that might surprise you, and that is called being at the functional equivalent of the border. And, a layperson might call that a checkpoint. A checkpoint. And if you're within 100 miles of an international border, certain specific rules apply. Now, Border Patrol may stop a vehicle at certain checkpoints, and they have to ask they're allowed to ask a few limited questions that can verify your citizenship, of anybody that's in the car, and they can also make a visual inspection of what's going on. They can also maybe ask you some just ordinary questions and engage you in conversation. The agents also have the power and authority to send you to a secondary inspection for pretty much the same purpose. In that secondary inspection, they can engage in brief questioning and a visual inspection of the vehicle. Now, you do have the right to remain silent, but if you don't answer questions that establish your citizenship, you're going to get detained and you're going to be in a big mess. Now, I want you to realize this. At the functional equivalent of a border, the agents just can't just jump right into your car. A Border Patrol agent cannot search the interior of the vehicle without the owner's consent or probable cause, okay? Probable cause is facts and circumstances known to the agent, together with reasonably trustworthy information that leads him to believe that a crime has been committed and that you've got something to do with it. Now, here's a big exception to that. Or, a little fly in the ointment for people who are carrying a little bit of narcotics. Agents can obtain probable cause for a search if there's a drug-sniffing dog that legitimately alerts to the presence of narcotics. So if the Border Patrol uses a drug-sniffing dog and that dog alerts, he has probable cause to pull you out of the vehicle, send the dog into the interior of the vehicle, and after that, the dog's likely to find whatever you got. Once again, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for upcoming videos on this topic as well as many others from Dereck Wyatt, Lawyer for the People. And of course, there's the disclaimer. If you've got a legal issue, speak to competent counsel in your jurisdiction. This is not legal advice. This is for entertainment and for informational purposes. Thank you and have a spectacular life.